go away now. Hello, welcome to this special Hearthstone half hour. This is FailCraft Casts, and I'm Hammy. Hope you're well and good. And we are on the final boss of Curse of Naxxramas. After these 5 weeks, we are on Kel'Thuzad in Frostworm Lair. So we've been playing these blind, in terms of jumping straight on in, not trying to do too much research, looking at card spoilers or anything like that, which means we jump in, sometimes we use totally inappropriate decks and lose, but then we tweak, make some changes, go back, and just generally enjoy the encounter. So without further ado, let's jump in and see what we can do against Kel'Thuzad himself. Kel'Thuzad does not play fair, well, we wouldn't expect him to. Frostblast, 0 mana. Hero power deals 2 damage to the enemy hero and freezes it. Okay, so that's doing 2 damage to my hero, freezing me. If I'm playing any weapon-based hero, that'll be quite awkward. So I need to bear that in mind. I'm probably going to be frozen for the entire game if I'm a weapon-based hero. So that would almost lend you to not play a weapon-based hero. But let's play one of our exploratory decks to start with. I generally explore a boss. Control. I always explore with a control warrior. And that may well fail with a control warrior, but we'll have a look.
Garrosh versus Kel'Thuzad.
We finally meet. Victory or death!
Victory or death, says Garrosh. Victory or death. I wonder if Kel'Thuzad has a customised reply, because obviously Garrosh says victory or death, and then Kel'Thuzad said really death it is then. It's as if he knew what I was saying. Maybe he has a customised reply to each class. We're going to have to try that by trying another hero against him. Right, so let's assess the situation. Kel'Thuzad has got 30 health and 10 armour. He's chilling there with a Frostblast. We know he has Mr. Bigglesworth someplace. There's nothing I can do. It's on my turn. So let's see what I can do.
I will freeze the
Okay, I've got frozen. Lovely. Okie dokie. Right, we are frozen. Let's get an armor smith down and get ourselves armoured up. Frostblast, okay, 2 damage, frozen, zombie chow. So we've seen the zombie chow played by other bosses. If we kill that, it means we get 5 health back, so that's quite nice. However, I'm frozen, so I'm not going to be able to be doing too much about that, sadly.
Speak to me.
I'll take 2 damage. You may well decide to pick me off next time. Another Frostblast. Not so worth it. Skeletal Smith will destroy my weapon, but I'm never going to have a weapon live to actually be destroyed, I think. Okay, so I can actually tip this away for a little bit of damage. That's quite nice.
Bring the pain.
Okay, get a card draw. We get a 5 health heal, of course, because that was all I chose now. That's pretty nice. 5 heal up, and I'm going to throw down a Gnomish Inventor for my additional card draw. So all these weapons, no use because I'm continuously frozen. So that's something we should bear in mind for a future deck. Whether we should be playing warrior or something else. My weapons are pretty useless. Down goes the Sludge Belcher. I'm going to have to kill that and then get past the second tank. What other options have we? Well, I can certainly mirror it. The weapons are no good, so I don't have huge amounts of armour. I can armour up for 2, but that's not going to give me the reach to quite remove everything that I'd like to. The alternative is, of course, I can just start getting frustrated by mirroring his moves, which is, I might go for a bit of. So, if I tip that to 2, I'm not dead, yet if he attacks me, he will perish. I can save the card draw here because my hand is pretty full. I don't want to sacrifice this when it might make a difference. There's another Frostblast flying in. So we knew that weapons would not be too much use in this situation. There's another Frostbolt. There you go, he's Frostbolted that away, so he's forced to draw. I get a shield block, I'm pretty happy with that. And then he's on to the direct trade, we both pop oozes. Slimes, sorry. They're not oozes, they're slimes. Technical difference, don't you know? So we can keep our tank up. I can shield block into a shield slam to get rid of that gargoyle in 1, which would be quite nice, and that will leave us in a broadly positive position. Let's get that in. I get a core crawl elite for next go. The shield slam comes down. There goes the removal. I'm going to leave that tank in position. The Fury War Axe, he's always going to freeze me, so really there's no huge option there, but what I can certainly do is just arm another 2, and yeah, we've landed our first damage on Kel'Thuzad. That frozen again. Shade of Naxxramas, it will gain 1/1 and I can't even attack it until it becomes visible, unless I start throwing whirlwinds around like there's no tomorrow. Right, a random friendly minion will get 3 health when the cultist dies, therefore you would quite like to kill that last, if at all possible. Shield Slam will certainly let me just pop that off the table, but then it will buff that to 5 health. Nasty. In spite of that, I'm going to take the risk, so sadly the death rattle triggers, and now we've got a 2/5. What can we do? Well, Corcoran will let us just slam into his face. There's no point playing the weapon. The ooze, we can't really buff. The acolyte will give us some more draw. Let's see if we can bait him out. Start chipping away at Kel'Thuzad armor.
Speak to me.
Frozen again, minions removed again, Shade of Naxxramas comes in and removes my slime, and it is still kicking around there with some health on. Shadow Bolt just removes my Corcoran elite. So we've been pretty much wiped from the deck, but we can then start throwing some nasty minions down to cause some trouble. What can we do? Well, I can acolyte into some whirlwinds, but I've got no execute or removal to speak of. Why don't we just go hell up enemy?
Your turn is over. My turn now.
Bosh.
Be free, my
Ooh, nasty. Now look, that's turned into chains. Take control of a random enemy until the end of the turn. I did not know he was going to do that. And he's now stolen my Ragnaros. I did not expect that, and if he does that every single turn, then he's just going to nick my Ragnaros every go. So if we've not swarmed, oh, and then we get Guardians of Ice Crown down as well. So 2 Guardians of Ice Crown. So turn 8, we now know there's going to be some nastiness. If we've not killed Kel'Thuzad by turn 8, then suddenly he starts popping horrible powers and popping these Guardians of Ice Crown. It's not good, I'm not going to lie. But on the bright side, he can no longer freeze us. That means that gives us access to weaponry. And in a warrior deck, one thing we certainly have a bunch of is weaponry. So how can we play all this weaponry? Well, we know that Rag will get nicked and he'll certainly do some damage to me unless I get him removed. I could do with some more draw power. A whirlwind will help him draw as well as me. To get Ragnaros more efficient, Ragnaros will be doing damage to me. I like minions on the table to stop Ragnaros solely doing damage to my hero. So what can I do? Well, I think we do have the option of can, and then possibly I could either War Axe to remove some of these, meaning I'm more likely to remove something else, or I could drop another minion to mitigate the risk of Ragnaros. I'm going to take a gamble on removing one of these, and I do take damage. Hopefully Rag will remove something nasty. No, he's gone straight to the face. Okay, suicides and suicides, but look, he's removed Ragnaros from the table. So that means that if he does this, he's not gone for his hero power for 8 mana, he's gone for more of a swarm of minions. We are still close. If we do not get Kel'Thuzad on this go, I feel that we can get him next go. Okay, so armouring up, I could certainly swing in with Gorehowl to remove that Spectral Knight, that'd be pretty good. However, then when the Skeletal Smith dies, my weapon would then get destroyed, so not so good. In spite of that, I think I'm going to go for the switch. Going to warm up. Remove the nasty ones. Now, I'm not going to kill that because it would remove Gorehowl. Instead, I'm just going to hit him in the face. We're close to an execute. Frost Elemental slows me down that one turn. Charging in a Frost Shock, freezing Oh, nasty. Double freeze. Okay, well, execute will let me pick something off, but I do not want to be losing my gore hell. However, I'm quite low on health also. Right. Okay, well, what I can do is drop that. Well, damage everything, give me the card draw. Lovely. An armor smith. Good. We're on a bit of a roll here. Another whirlwind. Okay, there we go, another card draw. Now I can double execute, but that will also give me some extra armour. So let's be careful I don't fail here with 1 stats. Now I do have all of these on the deck. Now this will die and it will destroy my weapon, so I'm actually going to go for this. I'm going to lose fast durability on Gorehound, because that means at least I get the effect of it before it dies. And then finally I think I'm going to...
Back to work!
strangely use my Taskmaster instead of buffing Grommash, as is your usual method, to remove, so I've got a nice full board of minions.
What we do.
I'm just thinking about what this is going to be like on a heroic. So, the mind control went in, I've got tapped for one. That is nasty because it will remove pretty much everything from the board, but we have a play here, so remember that Grommash has charge. We can suicide that, get a card draw. Now remember that of course when the abomination falls over, it will do 2 damage to everything. That will buff up Grommash for victory. So watch this. Explosion, we'll get some triggers, a bit of extra armor. Ping, 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 ping. And well played. This is not the end.
Of course I played well. I'm Kel'Thuzad.
It is normal mode indeed. Hey Peric. There we go. And we get Shade of Naxxramas. That's an ugly card. And think of it like a questing adventurer meets a Worgen. That's pretty rough. Lovely. So... lovely stuff. Okay, and we get the Paladin class challenge, but we should go for those heroics. Oh, oh, oh. We're getting an animation where everything ticks. Naxxramas cleared. Oh, let's have a little screenshot of that for the books. Oh, can you hear the cat in the background? Where's Mr. Bigglesworth? I never saw Mr. Bigglesworth. Ah, maybe Mr. Bigglesworth's in the heroic. Okay, so for you folks on stream, do not go away. We're going to be coming back and doing the heroics. But as a quick sign off for you folks who are joining on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in to take a look at Kel'Thuzad and Frostworm Lair. Where can you find us? youtube.com/FailCraft Casts. Take a look at our other videos. We've been doing a whole bunch of Naxxramas. We do the Hearthstone half hour for new to intermediate. Getting fun, getting into Hearthstone 5 nights a week. Also some Heroes of the Storm and other stuff. We can come join us live, twitch.tv/FailCraftCast, and we always announce when we're going to go live, as well as that schedule in the bottom left of the screen there, on Twitter @FailCraftCasts. Last but not least, the website's failcraft.org, so if you're live on the stream, don't go away, and if you've tuned in anywhere else, thank you so much for being with us, and hopefully see you again soon.